Of the 1.5 million nonprofits in the United States alone, why do these artists donate their time and talent to a humanitarian relief song initiative of their choosing? You're witnessing 6 humanitarian relief song initiatives that stand in contrast to one another, created by artists who aim to provide a platform for those who are at risk, for those who are bullied, for natural disaster survivors, and most especially to provide a voice for children and for those without one.
We're here with Simona Roy, who has sung We Will Lift You Up in Hindi, one of the 30 languages that we're able to hear this song in. Tell me about your background in singing and how you came to sing with Earthman before you were involved in this project, and a little of your personal background, since obviously you have beautiful English but sing in Hindi.
Well, I started taking voice lessons at the age of 10. Those are classical voice lessons. So I studied opera for several years. But it wasn't where my passion was. I wanted to write my own music. And I love the music on the radio. So top 40, pop, R&B. And by chance, through a mutual friend, she introduced Earthman to me. And he and I clicked immediately, almost on a spiritual level. And we started writing music together, and and that was that.
Tell me about your familial heritage.
My parents were both born in India, and I was born here, but they have always played Hindi music and Bengali music, because we're from West Bengal. And so I grew up with that, and a lot of Tagore songs. Rabindranath Tagore wrote India's national anthem and also Bangladesh's national anthem. So I've always been surrounded by Bengali and Hindi music. So it was a great opportunity to sing this song in Hindi. I couldn't pass it up. So even though I haven't necessarily had any formal training in singing Hindi music or Bengali music, it's just always been in my blood.
So you grew up from a young age speaking both languages?
Speaking Bengali and English, yes.
Okay.
I don't know how to speak Hindi, but I watched enough Bollywood movies where I could figure it out.
जब सुनते हैं दर्द भरी आवाज देखते हैं आशा आँखों में जब खोजते हैं रोशन के चमक लगता है कि आप अकेले हो तब दीजिए आवाज सुनाए फरियाद हम दिल से देंगे हाथ जब आँख खोजता है रोशनी के चमक लगता है कि आप अकेले हो हम आपको उठाएंगे जगाएंगे आशा मन में हम आपको उठाएंगे जानोगे कि आप अकेले नहीं आप हाथ बढ़ाइए तो हमें पाएंगे हम आपकी दर्द मिटाएंगे देंगे आपको बल उठाएंगे ऊपर जगाएंगे आशा मन में हम आपको उठाएंगे जगाएंगे
you got involved in LIFT.
Earthman introduced me to the project of LIFT, and he told me that there was an amazing song that was being sung in different languages, 30 national languages of different countries. And he asked me if I wanted to be involved and sing it in Hindi. And I said, of course. This sounds like an amazing project. It's helping so many different people. When I first heard about it, I heard about it as something for Haiti relief. And that was enough for me. But then hearing how, depending, like, what your background is, it could help your people where you come from. I mean, one message that we can all sing in our own languages where every person will understand exactly what we're trying to say.
So tell me about the construction of the Hindi version of the song.
Well, we got a rough translation of the Hindi version of the song, and then my dad added some different words, some finesse, and he really just added a whole other level of beauty to the translation. And he's a master of so many languages, and I'm so lucky to have him as a father. And he really made the song beautiful in Hindi as it is beautiful in English.
That must have been a pretty amazing experience to be singing this song, adding a very particular focus for this language, and yet knowing that these were words that your father helped shape. That's pretty spectacular.
It is. I mean, it added a whole other level of meaning and community. It's not just me who's singing a Hindi version of the song. Something that I worked with my family, got them involved. They were there in the studio, and they loved the song, and it touched them. So, I mean, I couldn't ask for anything more. If even just my family heard that song, that's enough. But the fact that hopefully, you know, hundreds, thousands of people will hear this, that's even better.
Why do you think it's important for artists to become involved in charity projects, to help, in essence, help the world with their spirit and their voice?
I think as an artist, you can create a platform for yourself and what you believe in, what's important to you. And it's not just about being on stage or putting out music. I think you have a responsibility as an artist to take that to the next level. It's about helping humanity. You have a gift. I have a gift as a singer. Great. But what do you do with that? It's not just about being in shows or writing music. It's about touching people and creating a difference, creating a ripple effect of change. And I think that's why it's very important for artists to give back. Because, in a sense, you have a power, and more than an obligation, it's duty. You have that gift, you should use it to help other people. Because not everybody has that gift.
Tell me what your hopes are in terms of a career in music.
Well, I've been working with Earthman and different producers for a long time. So it's always been I wanted to be a recording artist. And, you know, the music business is very fickle and it is hard to get into, but my parents have always been very supportive of me, and they have never let me give up on my dream. So I don't intend to. I'm a performer. I was since the age of 10, probably before, and I will be until the day I die.
Have you sung in Hindi before? Was this the first time?
No, several family functions, religious functions, since the age of 11. And I've always sung Hindi songs, you know. And this time I was able to actually do it in a studio as opposed to a basement with religious Hindi puja, which is kind of a celebration of it.
So I know you had the opportunity to work with Jim Papalis, who is the composer of LIFT and one of the creators of this entire project. Tell us about that experience.
Well, that was a great experience. He's so welcoming and easy to work with and warm. And what was great about it is that he wrote this beautiful song, but he also gave me a lot of freedom to do whatever I wanted with the song. So he was there and supportive, but when singing in Hindi, you know, he doesn't know the language, but that didn't matter. and he was just very supportive, and Earthman was also there at the studio. So we did our harmonies and made it Eastern yet Western, and it was a beautiful thing.
Comparing the Hindi version to the other versions that you've heard, what makes it stand apart, aside from obviously the fact that it is in this language, in terms of flavor, in terms of message? What makes you proud and particularly fond of this among the 30 or so versions?
I think the Hindi version stands out on its own because the language of Hindi is so melodic in itself. So when you speak it, it adds a different timbre, it adds a different musicality to anything. So just even when you hear it in Hindi, it's still a very Western melody, but there's always going to be this like Eastern flair that sets it apart. And you can hear that like right from the beginning. And Hindi is a very beautiful, sensual language in and of itself. And I think that even if you don't understand the language, you feel it immediately when you hear the song.
Simona, thank you for the time you've given us today, and obviously for your involvement in this very meaningful project.
Thank you so much for letting me be a part of it.
आप हाथ बढ़ाएं तो हम में पाएंगे, हम आपकी दर्द मिटाएंगे, देंगे आपको बल, उठाएंगे ऊपर, जगाएंगे आशा मन में, हम आपको उठाएंगे, जगाएंगे आशा मन में, हम आपको उठाएंगे, जानोगे कि आप अकेले नहीं, जब आएंगे शक्ति मन में, हम रहेंगे आपके साथ, हम रहेंगे साथ साथ, हम आपको उठाएंगे, जगाएंगे आशा मन में, हम आपको उठाएंगे, जानोगे कि आप अकेले नहीं, हम आपको उठाएंगे, जगाएंगे आशा मन में, हम आपको उठाएंगे, जानोगे कि आप अकेले नहीं, अकेले नहीं.
You know the old adage, teach them to fish and they'll eat for a lifetime. These musicians lift the human spirit, raise money, awareness, seed, cultivate, and harvest an empowered voice in the next generation and in anyone without.
what I just did? I gave this dog immunity. I gave it freedom. When you leave a dog alone, it breaks Norman Gentle's heart. And you don't want that. Rosetta, please stop biting me. I'm doing this for you.
If you could change what happened on a lap note.
As you try to see if the light will shine.
So let's start from the chorus.
Which kind of mic is this one? Good? Yeah. Siamo quasi pronti, ci saranno un bel po' di cantanti internazionali che parteciperanno all'evento. Io sono stato invitato per la versione italiana, forse ci sarà qualche sorpresa per la voce femminile.
We are here for you, we're thinking of you, and if there is anything that we can do, even though we're all the way in America, we will. And we have not forgotten you.
We will live with you. We will give you hope to see.
This is Bella. She's from Indiana. She's a year old, and she's a red-tipped coonhound.
You can see how he first puts all the leaves in his mouth and just holds them there until he gets a nice bunch of bamboo leaves, and then he'll eat them all together at the side of his mouth. It's amazing to think that these little leaves are all they eat in the wild, and that such a big animal can get full on them. And you see how he kind of packs them up and just munches on them. I guess they go through 20 or 30 kilograms of this every day.
这就是做的这个词，因为两只躺的有水而已。